Good morning. Good morning. This video is about how I've learned when to speak and when to, of course, step back from my own mental peace and mental health and my own peace. So definitely welcome to the video this morning. This is Tonetta, of course. So like I said, definitely welcome to the video. And I just wanted to say, because I know there's a lot going on in the world. I know that. I know there's ICE stuff. There's still killings of all sorts. There's, I don't know, world disruption, whatever else is going on, politics, all these types of things going on. Trust me, I know there's a lot of things going on. But what I've learned over the years, I used to actually speak up a lot. Back in the day, I guess I put it that way. Voice my opinion, get out there and protest, do all these things. And this past was 6 months, I guess, ago, having mental exhaustion and all this kind of stuff, and having all this stuff going on and trying to learn how to get back to my own peace. Like I said, I had to learn that everything is not for me to speak on. Everything is definitely not like it used to be. I used to try to speak on every doggone thing, from religion to politics to this to that to this killing, this happened, this, all this kind of stuff going on. Like I said, I have to learn how to protect my peace first and foremost. And I know some people are probably like, oh my God, you're not going to help with the situations going on right now. No, I'm not. Like I said, I have to learn how to protect my peace at this present point. Like I said, I've been going through mental exhaustion and all this kind of stuff going on. Just craziness going on. I'm back in therapy and that kind of thing too. And like I said, I know when to speak up and when to not speak up. I guess I put it that way. I know in my mind, like I said, I'm 49 and a half years old. So by now, I know when to speak up and when it's going to help and when it's not going to help. I know a lot of folks, of course, are speaking up about different things that's going on. Like I said, right now in the world, the girl is not going to do so. Like I said, usually I am, and usually I'm going off, and usually I'm doing this, and usually I'm doing that. At this point, no, I'm not. Like I said, my peace is way more important than everybody else. I don't care who they are and what's going on at this present point. I had to look at myself and figure out what am I going to keep on speaking on and what I'm not going to speak on. And how much is damaging my mental health to look at the news and to figure out what's going on in the presidency and all this stuff is happening. I'll be a damn wreck again right now if I was to look at all those kind of things, trying to figure out how I can help. And I can't really help anything, to be honest. The folks are going to do what the hell the folks are going to do. And ICE is going to do what the hell the ICE is going to do. I guess I put it that way as well. Yes, while there may be some ways people can stop that and this kind of thing going on, I'm sure probably is, but none of us know the people to, of course, to influence that. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, I have protested. I have done all those things. I've spoken up on videos about black issues and all these types of things going on, black and white issues and all these types of things going on. But like I said, I'm at the point where I've learned what to speak on and what not to speak on. Because like I said, I have to protect my peace, my sanity, and all those types of things, my mental health from all the stuff that's going on. And like I said, I'm hoping that, because I know I've talked to many people. I'm a social worker, so of course I talk to a lot of people all the time. I put it that way. And some are, of course, talking about the different things that's going on right now. And some are, of course, talking about different things going on in their families, which I understand all that. Trust me, I do. It's a lot of crap going on right now, including the income and the inflation, all this kind of stuff is going on. I know all those things are going on. But like I said, I know that a lot of people, I was the person too, I put it that way back in the day, looking at the news every 10, 20 minutes, trying to figure out what's going on, what's changed. And what I know now about the news is that they just scare people. Yes, I know we have cell phones now. We can, of course, record different things that's going on, different events that are happening. I know that. But with the news itself, to me, has always been a scare tactic. They'll put it in the worst possible way for you to look at the news when it comes on at 5 and 6 and 9 in the morning and all these kind of things. Like I said, I had to stop that years ago. I was starting to protect my peace back then, too, not just now. I don't even look at the news. Yes, I'll hear the stuff from coworkers or from other people. Like I said, I'm a social worker, so I hear it from different clients sometimes and that kind of thing too. Even in the support groups, I hear it from that too sometimes. But like I said, what I had to realize and what I know about myself and all the things that I've been through leading up to, like I said, this the burnout, the emotional exhaustion and all this kind of stuff going on, is that I cannot help everybody and that I cannot take on every single thing and that I cannot allow everything to come into my mind and stay there. And I hope that this message is landing with somebody today, because I know there's somebody else who's out there trying to stay ahead of everything. the news, the presidency, the religion, the this, the that, all these kind of things going on. And it's going to wear you down. I can tell you that already. Even if it's open up your social media, there's a lot of stuff that I don't even see on my social media because I don't interact with it. Once you start interacting with political things, killings going on, fights and all this kind of stuff, that's all you're going to see on in your feed. I don't interact with any of those things. I don't want to see any of that stuff at all. And like I said, it's not to say that I don't care, but I have to protect myself mentally, emotionally, physically, first and foremost. They're not going to do so. They have no idea who I am. I know who I am, so I have to. And like I said, I hope that this message is definitely landing with somebody this morning to just realize that you cannot do everything and be everything to everybody and have all this information and try to act on it. That's no way possible for one person to do it all. While we may try to, yes, we all may try to. There's been times I'm sure you've tried, I've tried and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, at some point we grow to know that we don't have to speak on everything, and we cannot help everything that's going on. The only things that we can help is ourselves first and foremost, and then of course whoever we live with second. Family, whoever you stay with, kids, family, husband, wife, whoever it is, mama, daddy, whoever it is. That's the second thing. And whatever else you want to do after that, I guess friends and whoever else it is, that's up to you. That's your priority list. But like I said, I just know that, like I said, it's not that I don't care about those people and the things that's going on and all that kind of stuff. But I just know what can be helped and what cannot by individuals. I guess I put it that way. At this point in my life, I can tell you that. I'm not finna get into all that kind of stuff at all right now, but just know that if you're one of the people like I was watching the news all the time, trying to figure out what's going on and trying to help this and trying to protest this and doing all this stuff, just know that at some point, if you keep going at that 100 miles an hour, it's going to wear and tear on you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like I said, I had to take a step back. I took a step back probably like 15, 20 years. I don't know how long it's been. Maybe 15 years ago from watching any news. I don't even watch one news channel. I don't watch anything like that. Now, if it pops up on my Google, I'll see the little what is it called? The little headlines or the caption thing, and I just keep on scrolling. Like I said, I have to protect myself mentally, physically, and emotionally first and foremost, and then my household as well. Like I said, yes, I understand there's a lot of things going on, and like I said, at some point, you're going to realize as well, if this message is landing with you, that you can't take on every single thing. Even though you want to, your heart is want to, your soul wants to, mine does too. Yeah, I'm pissed off about a whole lot of things. But what all can I do at this present time about those things? Most of the time is nothing. Well, yes, I think there's people that's calling out work today. It's like some of our school districts here in Arizona and that kind of thing. I think some businesses are closing, of course, to support the efforts, I guess, that's going on right now. I understand that, and definitely I'm sure they love you for your support. I'm sure that. But just know that when it comes to things like that, from what I've seen throughout history, it takes at least three to 6 months for things to really change and for folks to really feel that change. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, definitely go ahead and do the efforts you're going to do today and do all those things. That's fine. Whatever your plan is. But just know that it takes a lot longer, several months, up to 6 months at least, for a plan like that to actually work. And like I said, I'm not trying to down anybody. That kind of thing. The support is always good. Please support the people. I support the people, especially I talked about the nurses when they went on strike and that kind of thing. I think that was 2 weeks ago. I think they may still be on strike right now. I definitely support that because I'm a social worker, so I know how that feels. Not to get the benefits that you want, not to get the raises, all those types of things. I know exactly how they feel. And I hope that they get what they ask for, regardless as to what's going on in this world. There are people too. Like I said, I definitely support everybody in all their efforts. But like I said, right now, I just can't take on every single thing that there is. Because it's going to wear me down again, and I'm not trying to get to that point again like I was last year. I'm not trying to get to that point anymore at all at this present, wherever, I put it that way. I know they said never say never, but I'm saying ever. That's not never. That's ever. So like I said, I just hope that this message landed with somebody this morning. Like I said, please keep doing what you're doing, especially if it's in your heart, soul, your mind, but just know it's going to wear you down if you keep trying to take on every single thing. And it does not have to be anything else going on in this world that you're taking on, but the stuff in your family that you haven't said no to, that can wear you down too, because it's worn me down before as well. Being the yes girl, being the yes man, all this kind of stuff going on. Taking this person here, taking that person there, doing all this stuff for your kids, your partner, your family, your friends. You're the person that everybody call on. I've been that person many a years. I had to learn how to start saying no too. While it hurt to say no to different people and that kind of thing, I had to do what I had to do, like I said, to start protecting my peace and my mental health. Because I can't live everybody's life for them either. I had to learn that. Like I said, 49 and a half years later, I've been on this earth. I have learned those things. And I understand that. And yes, I still struggle to say no to some things still today. I put it that way, but I still say no. Like I said, I had to get to this point. At some point, I'm assuming you will get to that point as well. I don't know your life. I don't know what's going on. But if you're running yourself ragged, even if it's in your own family, it ain't even got to be on the news about anything going on in the world at all. They can all be closed out. But if you're the yes girl or the yes man and you're running yourself ragged, that will do the same exact thing. Mentally exhaust you and, of course, burn you out too. Like I said, it don't even have to be in politics. It don't have to be anything like that. I just hope that this message, like I said again, lands with somebody this morning to know that you don't have to do everything. You don't have to speak on everything. You don't have to try to protest every doggone thing. There's ways that things will work and do work, I guess, besides that as well. But you have to take care of yourself first and foremost and not running yourself ragged. Like I said, that was a lesson that I had to learn. I just want to share that this morning because I know that there's other folks out there that may need to hear this. So with that, y'all, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. If you like the message today, be sure to follow. And hey, Denise, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you're doing well. Like I said, be sure to follow, subscribe, and all those types of things. So like I said, this is your girl, Tonetta. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.